It's 12:47 a.m. You told yourself you'd put the phone down at midnight. You are now 47 minutes deep into a scrolling session with no plot, no purpose, and no end in sight. You're exhausted. Your eyes physically hurt. You are still scrolling. This isn't a willpower problem. This is your brain running two ancient systems at the exact same time, and your phone is hijacking both of them simultaneously. Let's start with the obvious one, the one you've probably heard a dozen times and ignored anyway: light. Your brain runs on a master clock called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, tucked right behind your eyes, and its entire job for a couple 100,000 years was simple. Bright light means daytime, stay alert. Darkness means nighttime, start winding down. This system didn't evolve to distinguish between sunlight and a smartphone screen because for almost all of human history, there was no such thing as a smartphone screen. There was fire, and fire is dim, orange, and flickering, which your brain reads as getting close to bedtime. A phone at full brightness is a tiny rectangle doing an extremely convincing impression of high noon, held 8 inches from your face at midnight. Harvard sleep researcher Charles Czeisler ran a study comparing people reading on light-emitting e-readers versus regular printed books before bed. The e-reader group took longer to fall asleep, had suppressed melatonin, the hormone that literally tells your body it's time to sleep, and reported feeling less alert the next morning, even after the same number of hours in bed. Your phone isn't just distracting you from sleep. It's chemically convincing your own brain that bedtime hasn't started yet, using a signal that's been reliable for a couple 100,000 years and completely useless for about 15. But here's the part that explains why you keep scrolling even after you already know all of that. The light is only half the trap. The other half is way older and way sneakier. Your brain evolved to pay obsessive attention to new information, not because early humans were nosy, because new information used to be a survival tool, a change in animal tracks, a new sound in the grass, a shift in weather. These were the free previews for danger or opportunity, and the humans who noticed them first tended to live longer than the ones who didn't. This built a brain that's constantly, quietly asking one question in the background. What's new? What changed? What did I miss? For most of human history, the answer to what's new arrived slowly. A new person walked into camp. Weather shifted over hours. News from another tribe took days to travel. The novelty detection system had long gaps between meals, so to speak. And it was fine with that, because that's all there was. Then someone invented infinite scroll, and the novelty detection system lost its mind in the best possible way, from its own perspective. Every swipe is a new stimulus, new face, new headline, new joke, new outrage, new puppy video. Your ancient what changed detector, the same one that used to get maybe 3 genuinely new pieces of information in an entire day, is now getting 3 new pieces of information every 4 seconds, and it has exactly zero ability to tell the difference between this could save your life and this is a stranger's opinion about a TV show. Psychologist B.F. Skinner figured out decades ago that behavior reinforced unpredictably. Sometimes you get a reward, sometimes you don't, but you never know when, gets repeated far more compulsively than behavior reinforced every single time. That's the exact mechanism behind slot machines, and it's the exact mechanism behind your feed. Most scrolls are boring. Every so often, one is genuinely funny or shocking or oddly satisfying, and you have no way to predict which one it'll be. So you keep pulling the lever at 1 a.m., fully aware you have a 7 a.m. alarm, because some very old part of your brain has decided this might be the scroll that matters. Put those two systems together and you get exactly what's happening to you right now, or last night, or basically every night. The light is telling your internal clock it's still daytime. The endless novelty is telling your ancient threat and opportunity detector that something important might be one swipe away. Neither system is malfunctioning. Both are doing precisely what they were built to do at the exact same time, aimed at a machine specifically engineered by extremely well-paid people to exploit both of them at once. This isn't a story about willpower, and it's not really a story about phones being evil either. It's a story about a brain built for campfires and slow news getting handed the most sophisticated novelty and light delivery system ever created with zero warning label. You're not weak for struggling to put it down at midnight. You're running incredibly old, incredibly effective software, and it's being used exactly the way it was designed to be used, just by an app instead of a leopard. So next time it's 1 a.m. and you're 17 videos deep into content you won't remember by Thursday, you can at least clock what's actually happening. Your master clock thinks it's daytime. Your danger detector thinks the next swipe might matter, and somewhere between those two very old, very reasonable systems, 7 hours of sleep just quietly disappeared. It's 12:47 a.m. again. You told yourself you'd put the phone down at midnight. This time you actually know why you didn't.